Castor River. Shot from the doorstep. And they get the puck to the corner. Slot. Shot on net. That goes wide. Another shot from the point that makes it to the slot. Brothers clears that. Puck cycled around the zone. Castor River from the point. Shot on net. Blocked in front. Brothers gets it back to the blue. Another shot. Prue gets a piece of it and sends it out of play. Face off won by Cumberland. They get it to the point, not out. Long shot on net, tipped high and wide. Another one off the glass and the stanchion. Betsy is trying to play that behind his back to Cam, but the defender is able to read it and get a hold of the puck. Castor River from behind the net, all the way up to the top of the zone. Castor River with possession. They get their pocket picked by Cam. Can't enter the zone as they were offside. Once they tag up, they finally do enter. Cam back to Lamotte. Lamotte gets it to the line, not out. Then Levy to the line, not out. Shot on net. Knocked down by then Levy again. Castor River from deep in their end. Get the puck to neutral. That's knocked down by White. And Baptiste sends it back in. Quiche walking in. Gives it to White on the back door on the backhand. He couldn't get it fast enough onto the forehand to get the puck on net. Cajon holding the line. Walking the puck along the blue line and getting a shot that got blocked. Castor River with possession. They send it across to neutral. Castor River, deep in their own end. The breakout doesn't work as Levesque gets a hold of the puck, tries to poke it in between the pads, but goalie able to close the 5-hole. Castor River, dump it into Quiche. Quiche up, long pass to Levesque, that's just under his stick. Castor River regain possession at Cumberland Blue. Dump it in, and Prue gets a glove on it and holds on. Face off won by Castor River, back to the point. Shot on, that's blocked just in front and backhanded onto Prue, who holds on. Castor River win the draw, they put it back deep on Parenteau. Parenteau uses the glass, gets it out. Castor River entering the zone, but they get stripped of the puck. Now Parenteau skating behind his net. Sends it off the boards, not out. Kept in by Canucks. Canucks from the slot, shot on net. Prue able to make a point-blank save. From the point, shot on through traffic. Prue finds it, holds on. Rebound is bumped out to McFadden, who skates it past the blue into the slot, gets a quick backhand on it. The goalie wasn't expecting it. He has to steer that to the side with his stick. Puck's at the line. It sneaks out on Lamotte, who retreats and gets it up to McDonald. McDonald with a long dump in on net. Forces the goalie to make a save and to play it to his own skater. Castor River forgetting the puck. Cosgrove picking off a pass right at the blue. Gave it to Betzius, who got a quick shot on net. Baptiste with some good pressure, forcing the Canucks to get rid of the puck. As Lamotte goes in with speed, he gets a quick shot off from neutral onto the net. The goalie had a hard time handling that. Almost gave up a rebound. Lamotte holding the line. Cam with the puck, reversing to the corner. No one there for him. Lamotte taking the puck off in neutral and sending it back deep. He goes off for a change. The puck is brought out by Castor River, shot right back in by Cumberland. Dunleavy hits the red, dumps it in. Cam picks off a pass, tries to send it to White. Pierce Teed holding the line, gets it to White right in the slot. His stick was all tied up, not able to get it on the puck. Castor River offside, they have to tag up, allows Cumberland to get possession and set up. Quiche. A long pass going through center, doesn't work. Allows Castor River to gain possession in neutral, walk in and take a shot from the blue line that threw gloves out. Pierce Teed with the puck. Oh no, that's Latier with the puck, sorry. With speed, he gets a shot on net from wide angle. Goalie gets the glove on and holds on. Castor River with possession. They flip it up the half boards. Latier getting it possession from the half boards, walks it to the slot. Puck sails through the slot, nobody there to receive it. Brothers gets it back to Parenteau. The pass through center, that's picked off by the Canucks. We send the puck deep. Canucks with possession. Tic-tac-toeing around the defenders. Parenteau able to hold the puck from going to the slot and gets it to McDonald, who goes for a skate. McDonald. Just offside. Puck goes to the other side. Dunleavy gets a shot off from neutral. Centering pass to Baptiste. Baptiste was all tied up as Lamotte gets a shot off and the goalie steers that into the netting and out of play. Dunleavy from the point gets a shot off that goes wide with speed. Lamotte sends one short side, wide of the net. Caden Cam laying a hit. Stopped Castor River Canucks in their tracks. As Cam picks one off, gets it to Baptiste. Baptiste, go! Baptiste off the pickoff from Cam. Four to 1 Cumberland. Owen White Off the draw, gets it deep. Pierce Teed, Levesque, work in the corner. Puck comes back to Cahill. Cahill feeds it back deep. White from behind the net. He's looking, centering for Pierce Teed. Everybody had their arms up. Ref said no. Castor River icing the puck. Icing waved off. Cahill under lots of pressure. He gets it off the glass, not out. Puck comes out of the zone. Penalty coming up on the play. Goalie to the bench for the extra attacker. Cumberland touches it up. Hooking against Caron. 2 minutes or less in the box. Face-off comes back to the point for Castor River. Castor River feeding the slot. Shot right off the doorstep. Crew able to make a save. McFadden gets it up to McDonald. McDonald going in all alone. Shoots. Goalie gets a pad out. Makes a save. Castor River walking in on the wing. Driving to the high slot. Leaves it for the point man. The D gets it. Another shot on net. Scores! Power play goal by Castor River. Face-off goes up to Baptiste. Baptiste over to Cosgrove. Scores! Cosgrove, number 2 for the night. Castor River jumped the face-off. And did a redo it. Then Levy pushing it up forward. Castor River from neutral. Penalty coming up on the play. Caden Cam for tripping. Face-offs all jammed up. Puck comes to his slot. Cleared by Baptiste. Baptiste picking off a pass. Gets the puck deep. And Castor River get it to the line, not out, as Lamotte gets a shot off on net. Castor River to neutral. Shot right back in by Cumberland. Castor River from neutral. They dump it in. Deep into the zone. Lamotte rims it around to the point. Point man shooting through traffic. Crew makes a save. Back to the point. Point man not in his spot. Puck rolls all the way down to the Castor River zone. We get it back in deep. Castor River from behind the net to the slot that goes off a skate and wide. As McFadden pushes the puck forward. Gets rubbed out and held there. McFadden gets a shot off. White almost picking a pass off. Call home, working the corner. Puck comes back to the point. Shot on net through traffic. Crew makes another save. Face off, pull back by Castor River, get it back to the point. Point man, shooting, goes to the slot, sent to the back door, and tapped in. 5-3 Grads, second power play goal for the Canucks. Castor River along the half boards. They're able to get the puck down the ice. Crew comes out, plays it around to the other side. McFadden pushing it forward. Lancier gets it out of his zone. Brothers going across. Lancier gets it to McFadden. McFadden trying to push it forward. It doesn't quite work. Castor River through neutral. Through the slot. Tipped off. Castor River playing the puck deep. Cam picking it off. Sending it to the other side to Ty McDonald. Ty McDonald trying to go around the defender, but gets poke checked. Cam helping him out. Getting the puck deep. Cam working the low boards behind the net. Loses his stick. Castor River come up with it. Jackson Cosgrove pushing the puck back deep. Cumberland picking off. Lead man pass. As Castor River just backhands it into neutral. Caden Cam picking off that pass, almost splitting the D. But he gets it back to Cosgrove, who gives it to Baptiste, who taps it in the back door, 6-3. Second goal for Sam Baptiste of the night. Cam in the zone, centers it for Baptiste. Baptiste backhanding to Cosgrove. Cosgrove was on his backhand, couldn't pull the trigger. Shot on net. Goalie makes a save on the short side. Tapping his post. Castor River to neutral. Dunleavy getting worked over against the boards in front of the Castor River bench. Cosgrove getting it back to the D. Lamotte. Up to Baptiste. Baptiste chips it forward into the zone. Icing is called against them. Shot blocked by Pierce T to the point. Castors getting pressured all the way into their zone. Owen White circling, shooting. Centering pass Owen White had the puck just roll off of his stick. Cajon gets tripped up. No call on the play. Referee letting the boys play now. Slap shot from the point, steered aside by the goalie. Puck sneaks out. Castor River having to try to regroup here. They get it to neutral. 2-on-2, shot on net. That goes far and wide. Owen White playing the puck against the boards. He gets it out. Offside, delayed offside called against the Canucks. They have to tag up. They do, and they walk back in. Far side pass. Far side, short side net drive. Didn't work. Quiche from the corner to the point. Not out. Shot from the half boards. That sails through the crease and out. Lots of traffic in front. Puck is shot and tipped wide. We were able to get across and seal the far side. Here's Teed. Knocks the puck out of the air on a pass, going in 2-on-1, but stops and waits for Levesque to come and help. Levesque bats that back in deep. Here's Team Levesque go for a change. Nazi alone on the forecheck. 2 minutes left in the game. McDonald picking off a pass, giving it to Lantier. Lantier deep in the zone. He gets jammed up against the boards. As the puck comes to Parenteau, who holds the line at the half board, gets it to McDonald. McDonald walking in, across the crease. That goes under McFadden's stick. McFadden tips it in, and goal! Seven to 3. Referee's having a talk. Net was off. I believe it was knocked off by the defending players. If that's the case, it's a good goal. If not, then it's going to be a face-off in the Castor River zone. No goal, net was off. The net was off. The net had been off for a while, but I think it was knocked off by Castor, so I think it should have been a goal. Long shot on net by Lamotte. That almost caused a goal on the rebound. Another shot by McDonald. Goalie forced to glove that down and hold on. McFadden pulls the puck back to the line. That just rolls just out of the zone. Dunleavy having a backtrack. McDonald getting it up to McFadden. The puck comes back deep into the Cumberland zone. Lamotte to Lancier on the left wing. Lancier through center. Gets it to neutral. Lamotte hits the red. Dumps it in. Dunleavy gets it to neutral again. Puck is pushed forward by Castor River, but now Cosgrove with a shot. Goalie makes a save, gets a whistle. Puck comes back to the point. Quiche, shot on net, gets knocked down. Castor River going on a breakaway. Crew makes a save, gets a whistle, keeps it at 6-3. Caden Cam up with Baptiste, over to Baptiste. On the sauce pass, that jumped just over Baptiste's stick. He couldn't stuff it in the back door. Quiche on the half boards, gets a shot off. Knocked aside by Cosgrove, and that's a victory for the Grads. 6-3 win.